It seems like just every day since the Cybertruck explosion, we've gotten more and more information. There's conflicting stories, conflicting information. I'm not sure how much of it I believe. I'm not sure what to believe, honestly. So this video today is going to be going down the rabbit hole with the Cybertruck explosion. So we're going to go into this ABC News article. They break it down pretty well. I have some tweets as well as pictures and screenshots of some of the letters going around. And there's just some stuff that I want to get out in this video. Before we get into that, please, if you want to support the channel, if you want to make sure people are staying informed, share and subscribe to this video. Leave a like, comment down below. And if I miss anything, I'm likely to miss some things in this video. Please comment down below. I'll be sure to highlight your comment if I miss anything, and I can confirm what you're saying is real. But with that said, let's jump into this ABC News article. So, Las Vegas Cybertruck explosion, 2 letters found on suspect's phone, according to the police. So, if you haven't heard already, there was a Cybertruck that was rigged to explode. At least this is the official story as of currently, but there's more and more information coming out. Evidently, Mathew Livelsberger is the suspect in this case. He detonated a Cybertruck using homemade explosives, and it was rigged with all kinds of fireworks and gas canisters, all kinds of stuff. You can look at my past 2 videos if you want to learn more information about that. Allegedly, he did not die from the explosion. He actually died from a gunshot wound to the head. So the story just keeps getting crazier and crazier. So he apparently died before the explosion. We still don't know the motive for the explosion. We do have letters, but it's hard to tell what is real and what's not. So let's go into the story. So Mathew Livelsberger, the driver of the Tesla truck that exploded on New Year's Day outside the Trump International Las Vegas Hotel, shared personal and political grievances in 2 letters found on a phone in the vehicle and called the attack a wake-up call, authorities said on Friday. So Livelsberger, an active duty army soldier, said the country was being led by the weak and those out to enrich themselves. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. While also claiming the incident was not meant to be a terrorist attack, according to excerpts of the 2 letters shared by the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I know everyone is very eager to try and understand and to be able to explain what happened, Las Vegas Assistant Sheriff Dory Corin said during a press briefing on Friday. We still have a large volume of data to go through, a lot of content to go through. The department released 2 letters to the public following the press briefing. You'll see that he actually calls it a stunt, and one of these documents that we're going to release to you, that he was trying to get the attention of the American people because he was upset about a number of things. Sheriff Kevin McCall of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department said during Friday's briefing when asked about the suspect's political views, but I'll let those writings speak for themselves. In one of the letters police say they found on his phone, Livelsberger expressed support for Donald Trump and the president-elect's allies, Elon Musk, R.F. Kennedy. He also expressed disdain for diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives and income inequality and expressed a concern about homelessness, according to the letters. Livelsberger died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound prior to the blast, the Clark County coroner confirmed Thursday evening. No one else was seriously hurt, though 7 bystanders sustained minor injuries. The evidence shows Livelsberger thoughtfully prepared and acted alone in the incident. Spencer Evans, special agent in charge of the FBI's Las Vegas division, said during Friday's press briefing Livelsberger was not on the FBI's radar prior to the incident. Although this incident is more public and more sensational than usual, it ultimately appears to be a tragic case of suicide involving a heavily decorated combat veteran who was struggling with PTSD and other issues. So that's the FBI's official line. I'm not sure if I agree with that, as we will go into more information that has come out since. So let me just go ahead and skip ahead a little bit here. In the Cybertruck, officials found credit and identification cards in Livelsberger's name, evidence he owned the weapons found in the destroyed vehicle, and identified tattoos that appeared to match Livelsberger. However, severe physical injuries slowed the identification process. The Clark County coroner ultimately identified Livelsberger of Colorado Springs as the driver on Thursday. His cause of death was a self-inflicted intraoral gunshot wound. I have never seen that word. Livelsberger was found with a gun at his feet. 2 firearms, 1 handgun, and 1 rifle were found in the vehicle. He was burnt beyond recognition. So that's kind of what one of the things I wanted to highlight. He was burnt beyond recognition, but they somehow find his identification and other paperwork. They find his cell phone and they manage to go through it. Like, that doesn't really seem to add up. Like, well, I'll show you pictures of the truck, but let's just go down here. 2 phones were recovered from the vehicle, including one containing the 2 letters. Corin said investigators have been unable to access the other phone at this time. It is unclear why Livelsberger chose a Tesla or the route he took. Livelsberger rented the Tesla vehicle on Saturday in Denver via the Turo app before driving in Las Vegas through the cities in Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona. His progress was tracked through the Tesla charging stations, officials said. Also would like to point out the Turo app is the same app that the New Orleans terrorist used in order to rent the electric truck, which is an interesting bit of information. I believe I said that in my last video, just something to note. The vehicle first pulled into the Trump International Las Vegas Hotel valet area just after 7:30 a.m. Wednesday, officials said. It then left the area, driving along Las Vegas Boulevard before returning to the valet area at about 8:39 a.m., exploding 17 seconds after its arrival. Livelsberger served as a Green Beret in the Army and was on an approved leave serving in Germany at the time of his death, a U.S. Army spokesperson said on Thursday. He received an extensive decoration in combat, including the Bronze Star with a V device of valor, indicating heroism under fire. Livelsberger received 4 more standard Bronze Star medals. According to Army records, he also earned the Afghanistan campaign medal with 3 stars. Each star represents service in a separate campaign in Afghanistan. Livelsberger has been receiving mental health assistance over the last year, a U.S. official confirmed on Friday. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, if you're in combat, you probably have PTSD from the horrors you saw over there, right? So I'm not surprised there. Another U.S. official confirmed that officials thought Livelsberger was stable enough to go home for Christmas and leave was approved. The Department of Defense has turned over Livelsberger's medical records to local law enforcement. Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh told reporters during a briefing on Friday. I just don't have more details to share. Singh noted that service members are encouraged to seek help with any mental issues. The Las Vegas incident is not to believe have any direct connection to the let me just restart that. Las Vegas incident is not believed to have any direct connection to the New Year's Day truck attack in New Orleans that killed 14, as well as the suspect and injured 35 others. According to the FBI, the truck used in New Orleans attack was also rented using the Turo app. Thankfully, ABC actually does mention that, because that is true. Evans reiterated Friday that there is no evidence that the 2 events are connected, saying there are coincidental similarities between them, including that both drivers were in the military, rented vehicles through the same service, and stayed in an Airbnb. There is no evidence at this time that the 2 drivers had any overlap, even though both served in Afghanistan, Singh also said on Friday. So I believe this is a picture of Mathew Livelsberger. That's his LinkedIn profile. So here's his ID. Livelsberger was a supporter of Trump. An official briefed on the probe told ABC News. His wife, who investigators spoke to in Colorado Springs, said he had been out of the house since Christmas after a dispute over allegations of infidelity. His wife told officials she did not believe Livelsberger would hurt anyone. So this, I mean, I'm genuinely surprised. Like, if you see, I believe here we'll, oh wait, no, up above. So this ID was found in this. You can see that everything is burnt and charred on the inside of that vehicle. How is it that that's all that got burned? Was that little bit in the center in the corner of his picture? That's all that got burned. I don't know why, but I find that hard to believe. Just me though, I guess. Well, actually, it's not just me. A lot of people are finding that hard to believe. Livelsberger is believed to have told the person he rented the truck from that he was going to camping in the Grand Canyon. Investigators are still looking to determine how the items in the truck were detonated, but with the contents of the vehicle so badly burned, it may be a slow process. So they can't even tell how it exploded, but they find this in there. Everything's so badly burned, but this survived. It's very coincidental that the identifying paperwork is what survives. Very weird, very hard to believe, in my opinion. McCall said police believe the explosion was an isolated incident and that there is no further threat to the community. Video played on Thursday's Las Vegas news conference showed a load of fireworks, style mortars, gasoline cans, and camping fuel canisters in the back of the truck. So if you want to go see those videos, you can check out my past couple videos I've made on it. I posted them recently. But let's go ahead and go into the letters that were posted. So the Las Vegas police found 2 letters in the Cybertruck, and one of the letters, well, I'm not going to read what he says. Let's just go ahead and read the letters. So this is according to the Las Vegas Police Department. These are the letters that they found on one of the cell phones in the Cybertruck. How the cell phone survived to the point of still being able to work is beyond me. I have questions about that, and I also have questions about the ID surviving that blast and surviving that fire. Electric car fires are notoriously difficult to extinguish, and they burn very hot. So I don't see how it was possible that a cell phone and an ID survived, but the firearms and the equipment used to detonate the car did not survive. It's just very odd, in my opinion. Fellow service, so this is the let me go through this letter now. So fellow service members, veterans, and all Americans, time to wake up. We are being led by weak and feckless leadership who will only serve to enrich themselves. Military and vets move on DC starting now. Militias facilitate and augment this activity. Occupy every major road along Fed buildings and the campus of Fed buildings by the hundreds of thousands. Lock the highways Lock the highways around down with semis right after everybody gets in. Hold until the purge is complete. Try peaceful means first, but be prepared to fight to get the Dems out of the federal government and military by any means necessary. They all must go, and a hard reset must occur for our country to avoid collapse. So this is apparently what they're saying is from Mathew Livelsberger. The reason I say apparently is because we have an email that is confirmed by the FBI that kind of contradicts this. We are the United States of America. So this is I believe the full letter. We are the United States of America, the best country people to ever exist. But right now we are terminally ill and headed towards collapse. We are crumbling because of a lack of self-respect, morals, and respect for others. Greed and gluttony has consumed us. The top 1% decided long ago they weren't going to bring everyone else with them. You are cattle to them. We have strayed from family values and corrupted our minds, and I am a prime example of having it all, but it never being enough. A lot of us are just sitting around waiting to die. No sunlight, no steps, no fresh air, no hope. Our children are addicted to screams by the age of 2. We are filling our bodies with processed foods. Our population is too fat to join the military, yet we are facing a war with China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran before 2030. We must take these actions if we are going to make it past the next few years in one piece. We must end the war in Ukraine with negotiated settlement. It is the only way. Focus on strength and winning. Masculinity is good and men must be leaders. Strength is a deterrent and fear is the product. Weeded out those in our government and military who do not idolize number 2, which I believe he means the Second Amendment. The income inequality in the country and cost of living is outrageous. The number of homelessness on our streets is embarrassing and disgusting. Have some pride and take care of this. Stop obsessing over diversity. We are all diverse, and DEI is a cancer. Thankfully, we rejected the DEI candidate and will have a real president instead of a weekend at Bernie's. We will move on from the culture of weakness and enrichment. Let me try to zoom this in, actually. I can't zoom in. Okay, that's fine. We must move on from the culture of weakness and self-enrichment perpetuated by our senior political and military leaders. We are done with the blatant corruption. Our soldiers are done fighting wars without end states or clear objectives. This was not a terrorist attack. It was a wake-up call. Americans only pay attention to spectacles and violence. What better way to get my point across than a stunt with fireworks and explosives? Why did I personally do it now? I needed to cleanse my mind of the brothers I've lost and relieve myself of the burden of the lives I took. Consider this last sunset of 24 and my actions the end of our sickness and a new chapter of health for our people. Rally around the Trump, Musk, Kennedy, and ride this wave to the highest hegemony for all Americans. We are second to no one. So he outright outlines that he has all these concerns for the country, and honestly I agree with almost everything said here. in this particular letter. I don't agree with attacking the Capitol like he said in that other one. I don't think we should be attacking people. I don't think it's risen to that point yet. We should try peaceful means as necessary, but everything he says here is like completely true. We're losing ourselves as Americans, and our children are growing up to be addicted to screens. All kinds of stuff he said here is completely true, but we do have conflicting information because we have this confirmed by the FBI. FBI says they have strong evidence that the email shared on Sean Ryan's show was sent by Livelsberger before the explosion. So I don't need to play that video. Let's just go ahead and read the email that was sent to Ryan. So Ryan has since taken leave of the internet, but this is what he posted. So let me see if I can I zoom in? Oh, there we go. I do know how to zoom in. There we go. I know how to work computers. Okay. So there we go. Now I can see a little bit better. Or not. And then my computer's going to mess up again. Great. Okay. There. Okay. It's a little hard to read, but okay. So this is the email by Mathew Livelsberger. This was confirmed by the police and the FBI to be real. So let me go ahead and read this. So in case I do not make it to my decision point or on to the Mexican border, I am sending this now. Please do not release this until the 1st of January and keep my identity private until then. So this was sent, you can see at the top here, this was sent, this is apparently his email, and it was sent on Tuesday, December 31st. So this was before the attack. This is confirmed as being sent from Mathew. First off, I am not under duress or hostile influence or control. My first car was a 2006 black Ford Mustang V6 for verification. What we have been seeing with drones, in quotes, is the operational use of gravitic propulsion systems powered by aircraft by most recently China and the East Coast. But throughout history, the United States, only we and China have this capability. Our OPCEN location for this activity is in the box below. China has been launching them from the Atlantic from submarines for years, but this activity recently has picked up. As of now, it is just a show of force, and they are using it similar to how they used the balloon for what is that? For I can't read that, which are also part of the integrated comm system. There are dozens of those balloons in the air at any given time. The so what is because of the speed and stealth of these unmanned aircraft. They are the most dangerous threat to national security that has ever existed. They basically have an unlimited payload capacity and can park it over the White House if they wanted, and then it's checkmate. USG needs to give the history of this, how we are employing it and weaponizing it, how China is employing them, and what they and the way forward is. China is poised to attack anywhere in the East Coast. I've been followed for over a week. So this is still Mathew. I've been followed for over a week from more than wait, sorry, let me restart. I've been followed for over a week now from likely Homeland or FBI, and they are looking to move on me and are unlikely going to let me cross into Mexico, but won't because they know I am armed and I have a massive VBIED. So that is a vehicle-based, it's called improvised explosive device. That's what that VBIED stands for. It's a vehicle-based, I'm blanking on it. Vehicle-based improvised explosive device. So he's claiming that he did rig the car up to explode. I've been trying to maintain a very visible profile and have kept my phone, and they are definitely digitally tracking me. So he's claiming that he's basically on the run from the FBI and Homeland Security in this email. He says that I have knowledge of this program and also war crimes that were covered up during airstrikes in Nimruz province, Afghanistan in 2019 by the admin, DOD, DEA, and CIA. I conducted targeting for these strikes of over 125 buildings. 65 were struck because of civcas that killed hundreds of civilians in a single day. U.S. FORA continued strikes after spotting civilians on initial ISR. It was supposed to take a minute and scramble all aircraft in CENTCOM. The UN basically called these war crimes, but the administration made them disappear. I was part of that cover-up with US FORA, an agent that is redacted of the DEA. So I don't know if my abduction attempt is related to either. I worked with GEN Miller's IO staff on this, as well as the response to Bola Magadi. I can't read that, it's very small. So at the time, he says that someone can validate this. It's one of the commanders. You need to elevate this to media so we avoid a world war, because this is mutually assured destruction situation. For vetting, my LinkedIn is Matt Berg or Mathew Livelsberger, an active duty. And then he says his LinkedIn profile. So this has now been confirmed that this is from Mathew. So what do we really believe here? What do we believe happened? It's still kind of too early to tell. We're still waiting for more information. From what it looks like, in my perspective, after reading all the information that is available, he was a whistleblower. He had a lot of information of classified projects and stuff that was swept under the rug, and it looks like he either killed himself in a very elaborate way to get attention to this, or the deep state made an example out of him. That's where we're at in this story currently. Either the deep state and the FBI and CIA, whoever else, saw that he was going to blow the whistle and expose a lot of this corruption, and they took him out and made an example out of him. It's either that, or he actually did plan this all himself. He did this all himself, and he did it in an elaborate way to cause controversy, to get attention to all of this. Either way, absolutely insane story. I'm sure I missed some information in this, but that is currently where we stand on the Cybertruck attack. More information seems to come out on the daily, so I will likely post an update video next week or whenever we get more information on this. With that being said, thank you guys for tuning into the video today. If there is information that I missed, please leave it in the comment section below. I know one thing I didn't go over was comments from his family saying that he was a massive Trump supporter and that he would never do anything like this. Also, with his experience in the military, he could have used a much larger bomb if he wanted to. But the point I'll make there is that if he was trying to get attention and he wasn't trying to hurt people, this was the way to do it. He didn't make a massive crazy bomb. It barely damaged Trump Tower. The Cybertruck mostly contained it. So if his goal was to get attention and end his life, he has certainly done it. So only time will tell what will come from this. But hopefully we get down to the bottom of it, and hopefully we find out exactly what that email was about. I want to know if I want to see that all that information confirmed. I have a firm belief that UFOs and UAPs that we see is just government technology that has not been released to the public yet. So when he talks about things like anti-gravity propulsion systems, I actually lean in the direction of believing him, because I believe the government does have things like that, but they won't tell us. But thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel for more to stay informed, and share this video to inform others. I appreciate everyone that likes and shares, and I especially appreciate those that subscribe and support the videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you.